loves, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my top 2 in every category featuring all my favorite drugstore makeup. I'm actually wearing everything today. This is going to be a full face. I just forgot to do the intro with no makeup, but one side of my face is featuring all my favorites and then the other side is the other set of favorites because I cannot just pick one product. Even this was really difficult because there's definitely other products that I love, but these are just the go-tos and the products that I will forever repurchase and that I am of course keeping with me in 2024. So grab a snack, get cozy, or grab all your makeup and your brushes so we can get ready together and let's get into it and do some glam. Starting off with eyeshadows, I have LA Girl and Milani for the win. I think they have amazing quality. I love the variety. I think especially LA Girl is super underrated. I love all their products, but their eyeshadows are magnificent. So I love their Keep It Playful eyeshadow palettes. This one specifically is in Playmate. I'm going to use these shimmers in here today, but this one in Downplay is one of my most used neutral palettes in my entire collection. I love it so much. You get shimmers, you get foiled eyeshadows in here. You just get a really good variety, and I love how compact these little palettes are. So obsessed with these. I think they are amazing. And then Milani eyeshadows. Specifically the Ungilded Most Loved Mattes is one of my favorites. This is just a beautiful all warm matte palette. I would love for them to come out with this in a cool tone version because it's very rare that you find all matte palettes like this at the drugstore, but this is really nice quality, super buttery, and you also get a mirror in here as well. So I'm going to start with this palette first, and let's go in first with this color and a little bit of this pinky tone shade as well. It was a bit of a toss-up for me between these two, or even Profusion I think has really great eyeshadows as well. I also really like ColourPop, but I went with Milani because I really love this palette and I use it a ton whenever I want just some good affordable matte shades that are warm. And then LA Girl, I feel like, again, they're super underrated. I don't really hear a lot of people talking about that brand anymore, but they are so good. They have great quality products and I feel like they've always been consistent throughout the years. So I really, really love LA Girl. I'm going to use the mattes in this palette and then the shimmers in the other palette. I'm going to build this up. I think I want to do something maybe a little bit more like cranberry pinky with some brown. I always start on the outer lid and I kind of just work that base color into about midway in the crease and also onto the lid as well, just in really small circular motions. These are also very rich, buildable eyeshadows. I really love the quality of these. I feel like these get overlooked at the drugstore too because of the packaging, but they're so nice. I'm gonna take a little bit of this plum berry color. Let's see how that looks. Taking a little bit of that, basically the cranberry and the brown, and just mixing them. And then I'm going to add that cranberry shimmer on the lids. Okay, this is cute. So I'm literally just taking this color and mixing it in with a little bit of that color. I love the way these build up. Cute. All right, I love it. Wasn't really sure where I was going with this, but what do I always say? Trust the process and just keep on blending. And when in doubt, just add a shimmer to your lid and all will be good. And when I know I'm gonna add a shimmer, I don't really focus too much on blending like in this area because I know I'm gonna cover it up anyways. I just really try to pack on the color to get it to be as dark and intense as I like, and then I go in with the shimmer and kind of just blend. Ooh, I love just these very burnt tones. It's just giving 2016, but honestly, can we just bring back the 2016 glam? Because I loved that era of makeup. I also feel like the way that I do my makeup is so 2016 core, like the eyeshadow. I just cannot even help myself. I just seen a TikTok actually, going back to the LA Girl palette, by the way. I'm gonna use both of these two cranberry shades, but I just saw a TikTok that basically said that matte color and then shimmer on the crease, that's just a 2016 engraved makeup technique, and that's literally me. I know that a lot of you guys tell me that I do my makeup the same, but I pretty much just do it how I taught myself, because I taught myself how to do my makeup by watching other people on YouTube, but I feel like that was kind of just the core teaching of makeup, and that's what I feel comfortable with, that's what I enjoy, and it just works. You know what I'm saying? But these are next level. I love the quality of these shimmers. They apply beautifully with the finger, with your brush. I like to spray my brush to really give them that nice little pop, but they are beautiful eyeshadows. Even the mattes in here are really nice. You can get these at Ulta or CVS, and I just love the quality of these. So dip your brush and then spray it twice. I'm using the NYX Bear With Me spray. And whenever I spray my brush, I pretty much use the same setting spray that I'm using of the day. So any setting spray will work. But yeah, I am definitely just stuck in my ways with how I do my makeup, but it works. Is anybody else like that? I think also at this point, we've all just kind of found our makeup techniques and our things that kind of just work that we know and love. And that's kind of how I feel about how I do my makeup. Like I really enjoy trying out new formulas and different colors and things like that, but when it comes to the technique, I kind of just do what I feel comfortable with and what I know and what makes me feel the prettiest. So that's why I always tell people, like, just do whatever works for you and whatever is gonna make you feel the most beautiful when you're done, because that's truly all that matters. This video might be a little bit of a hot mess. I have no idea how this is turning out. I did a little half lash. I used the AF94 Lash 03. I trimmed them and I made them into a little half lash. I don't know how I feel about them. I love these lashes, but I just wanted to try out a little half lash. And I will be honest, I'm a little rusty right now because I have not filmed in about 3 weeks. I took a little break and just for like the holidays and stuff, and then I also got sick. So it's been a minute, so I feel like I'm just kind of all over the place with filming and doing my makeup because I literally have not done my makeup in like 3 weeks since the last time I was filming. The videos that you guys have seen were pre-filmed before the holidays. So I'm back and I'm like, okay, I'm using all my favorite products, but it's just not, I don't know. It's just, I'm not feeling it. You know, normally after I put on the lashes, I'm like, okay, this is coming together. But maybe when I do the complexion, it'll come together. So let's get into that. I'm gonna do skin prep. I have 2 setting sprays, and this was difficult because I actually have a lot of favorite setting sprays, but of course, Milani Make It Last Original. This is the best OG drugstore setting spray. And I also went with the NYX Bear With Me spray. I love this. I feel like both of these are just very universal for all skin types and literally anybody, but this is such a good spray to pretty much refresh your makeup throughout the day in between your makeup layers, or you can even also use it to set it as well. It's just truly a good multitasking spray. I love them both because they are not going to alter the finish of your makeup. They're just good sprays to kind of have always and keep in rotation, which is what I always do. So I'm going to start with Milani Make It Last today. So refreshing. I love the mister. The mister on the NYX one could be a little bit better, but it's still such a staple in my collection. I've gone through so many bottles of this. I love it so much. The formula reminds me of a kind of a mixture of Max Fix Plus with Smashbox primer water with a little setting spray benefit in there as well, because this is good for prepping and setting your makeup. So very universal, such a good formula. I really like it. So now for primer, I love any type of gripping primer. NYX Plump Right Back is one of my faves because it kind of gives skincare and makeup in one. And then I love the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty. I love the original Poreless Putty as well. I'm gonna start with the NYX one, by the way. The original Poreless Putty is amazing. It's a little bit thicker and I love it for pores, but the Liquid Putty is a bit more hydrating and silky. So if you didn't like the original, you might like the Liquid Putty. I always love double priming. I think it definitely goes a long way in your makeup routine. It definitely comes down to skin prep when it comes to your makeup lasting. And I think skincare is super important, but we'll talk about that in another video. If you guys are interested, I can definitely do like my skin prep before I start my makeup. I also love the e.l.f. Power Grip Hard Candy Hydrating Primer. Any type of gripping primer is going to be amazing for making your makeup last all day, but I'm sure you already knew that because I feel like everybody uses a gripping primer nowadays because they really do work. But Liquid Poreless Putty is going to go over top, and that is going to just be a little bit more of a smoothing formula. And like I said, I love the original, but I also fell in love with the liquid version this past year. So I'm gonna put that on my chin and around my nose. So this is kind of a bonus product. I don't know if this would really be considered in like a skin tint category or what, but e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. I love this with so many of my favorite foundations on its own with just concealer. It's a beautiful product. Love the packaging. I'm in the color light medium 3. Obsessed with this stuff. So I'm going to use this now under my foundation. I'm going to do 2 different foundations today because I want to show you guys them both. I love the way this looks even with my high-end foundations. It just gives the most stunning glow with a little bit of coverage, but it's so natural and effortless that it just enhances your natural skin. in the best way. I love it. This is one of those products where I think this is pretty much like the high-end version, and I wouldn't repurchase the high-end version because I think the affordable option is just as good. It just evens out your skin, so I think this is a really pretty product also for no makeup days, because it makes your skin look healthy. And if you have a foundation that maybe is a little bit too thick, a little bit too dry or matte on the skin, just put a little bit of this underneath and it's going to make it look so much more glowy. Now for foundation, I have a matte and a more dewy one that I love. CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made has really been for me that girl for years at this point. I remember using this whenever I first graduated college, so at this point 6 years ago. This is just one of those go-tos that works for me. It's a comfortable matte foundation with beautiful coverage. It's just fabulous, and it's like 10 bucks. Really cannot beat it. So I'm gonna do this on this side. I love this foundation also in the summertime, and it has great lasting power. That's why I love it. Because for me, it's all about how products wear throughout the day, and if something looks good when you first apply it. But you see how it covered up, by the way, that zit. I've been breaking out like crazy. I think it's gonna be that time of the month soon. But what was I saying? I totally just lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, whenever I love a product, what really determines if I love it or not is how it wears. Because something can look good when you first put it on within the first hour or so, but if it doesn't wear, it's not worth it. Then on the other side, I'm gonna go with ColourPop Pretty Fresh. Love this foundation. It is so literally pretty fresh on the skin. I have the color Light 70W. These colors might be a little bit off, but we're gonna make it work as always. This is a really lightweight, serumy type of foundation. Also has nice coverage, but it's pretty. And I actually really love the way this wears with the original e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. It wears very nicely. It's just your skin but better kind of vibes. Both of these colors are off, but I think it should work at the end. I don't think there's going to be a huge difference. The CoverGirl foundation I think is a little bit too dark for me. This one from ColourPop matches really nicely right now. The Makeup Revolution IRL Filter Finish. Let's go in with this on the matte side. This is a soft matte formula, but it is so thin, yet it has amazing coverage. I love the way this applies. I love the applicator. I'm going in with the color C7, by the way. This is really pretty. You can get this at Target. This is a newer favorite for me of the year, 2023. But I fell in love with this just because, again, it wears really, really nicely, and the coverage just always does it for me, but it's still not too thick. Like, I love the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer, but that one dries so fast that if you're not careful, it can look patchy and just really heavy on the skin. But this one just has the most gorgeous formula. It's a very comfortable matte concealer that doesn't dry instantly at all. On the other side, NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. Obsessed with this stuff. When did this come out? Like 3 years ago, 2 years ago? Oh my gosh, it's so good. I'm in the color beige. The tiniest bit of this goes such a long way. I've had this for forever, and you wouldn't even think that I've been using it because you can't even tell, but it's one of those products where you pump some out and you get so much pigment. It's actually insane. I also really love this concealer. Whenever I'm not wearing foundation, you can use this and double up and use it as a foundation because it has such nice coverage. It is extremely hydrating. Now let's do some cream bronzer. I have a couple different options here, and these are just like the ones where I feel like if you get these, you really don't need to splurge on high-end liquid bronzers or contours, to be honest. Milani Liquid Contour, absolutely stunning product. I love the way this applies on the skin. Hold on, my camera is not, like, are you there? Okay. Hello? There we go. I love this liquid contour because of how seamless it applies on the skin. It just melts in the best way. I have this one in the color Honey. I'm gonna do about that much. The packaging is messy, I will say. I feel like with products like this, that's kind of inevitable, but it's worth the mess, I promise. So I'm really pressing that in towards my hairline. Just gives such a nice wash of color. And this is actually the lightest color, but it works. And look at how smooth that looks. No splotchiness, nothing. Just delicious bronze skin. On the other side, ColourPop Bronze Stick. This is something else where if you love a good stick bronzer, don't splurge. Just get this one from ColourPop. It is so good. I love the blend to this. And if you prefer something that's a little bit more like with a bigger traditional pan, the Soul Base and Body Bronzer is incredible. I know this is kind of like a third product, but this is like the sister brand to ColourPop, and both of these formulas are amazing. The packaging is just a little bit different, of course. This one smells like summer as well. Still also blends really nicely. I like that this doesn't pick up my foundation underneath, but it still gives a really smooth, seamless chisel. The one from ColourPop is definitely a little bit more natural, I would say, than the one from Milani. Like, you can build it up more if you want more color, but the formulas are immaculate, truly. For powder, I'm gonna go with e.l.f. Halo Glow. Smooth, it's a little bit brightening, it looks great in photos, it is gorgeous. This one specifically is in light pink. It's not too pink, it's perfection. It is one of my most used loose powders, like in general, not just at the drugstore, just like in my entire collection. See how it's a little bit bright, but it looks good every time. But their Halo Glow line is really nice. I would love to see more products in that line maybe this year, because I feel like everything is just so perfect. And this powder is another product that I feel like is very underrated. I don't really hear a lot of people talking about it, but it is incredible. Another brightening powder I wanted to mention is the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. This is such a good touch-up or finishing powder that you can use at the end of your makeup for just a little extra brightness. Now, I know my under eyes are bright today, but just to show you, I don't really use this to set my entire face. You could use it, but I love it just for like that last finishing touch, final step. Adding this, it just makes your under eyes look so much more bright. Has a little bit of that banana kind of undertone, but it looks really good. I've seen a lot of different people using this, and it looks amazing in so many different skin tones. There's powder everywhere. But let me set the rest of my makeup. Can you guys already guess what I'm gonna use? I think you already know. Drum roll, please. NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop press powder, of course. I already have another one, but I'm gonna use this up because even though the packaging is all messed up, it still works. It's still a good powder, but I love it. I don't think also I will use anything else because this is just that good. The perfect setting and touch-up powder. Milani Silky Matte Bronzer. It is just that. It's silky, it's matte. I love the color 03 Suntan. I only wish that they came in more colors because it is a stunning formula. I really, really enjoy this one a lot. And surprisingly, I've never hit pan on this and I've had this for years, but it's an amazing bronzer. I'm actually gonna use a little bit of this right now just to give me a little chisel on my nose. I love this formula. And then another bronzer that I love is the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzer Palette. You get 4 bronzers in here, and this is an incredible palette. Love the formula. It's not muddy, it's not splotchy, builds up really nicely, comes with a mirror. It is another palette that I've also been using for years, and I will always keep this in rotation. But you can see both of the liquid and that cream bronzer stick that I used, you can still see that color peeking through underneath even after you set it. So going in with a separate powdered bronzer, if you do a liquid, is not always necessary, especially if you set it with a regular powder, then you should be good. You shouldn't have any issues with it moving, but if you want to be a little extra, you can throw in a little extra bronzer in there, but I'm not going to do that today because I don't really feel like I need it. For blush, I just cannot get enough of Milani Baked blushes. These have been in my makeup collection since I first got into makeup. I think it was one of the first Milani purchases ever, to be honest, but Luminoso is just a forever favorite. But these also come in a lot of great shades. Dolce Pink, Berry Amore. There's a ton of other really great colors as well. The pink shade is of course what I'm going to use today, but I'm actually going to mix in Luminoso too because I love the combo of these both. They're just amazing. So pigmented. I love that golden sheen that they have and that they give your cheeks. I'm going to literally just do a concoction of both of these. It just makes your skin look healthy. You don't need to layer these over other liquid or cream blushes because on their own, they're gonna give you that glow, the pigment, all the things. Truly. Like, are you kidding? Another little blush duo that I wanted to mention are these from Relove by Makeup Revolution. You can get this brand at Walmart. Why don't more people talk about these blush duos? These are some of the most pigmented blushes that I own, under $5. It's actually insane. I really love the colors that they have as well. This one is in Queen. It's a very peachy, warm tone. It's nice because you also get the highlighter in there, so you can mix and match and use the highlighter as a blush topper to just give you a really pretty glowy cheek. So then you turn your matte blush into a baked blush basically instantly. Also, hello deep darker skin babes. This color Daydream, insanely pigmented. Like, hold on, I don't think that you're ready. Yep, these blushes are $3, I want to say, something crazy like that, but they're amazing. And I love the color Kindness because it's a very neutral muted blush. I'm going to use this on the other side, and then I'll probably end up adding the Milani one over top. See, this is just that really pretty natural toasty shade that I love so much. I'm just gonna mix on both sides. Stunning. A little bit more Milani in there. Okay, why is this looking like splotchy on this side a little bit? Like, this is what I mean where I'm a little rusty today with my makeup. Like, what is happening? You know when you use all your favorite products and your makeup still doesn't look good? It's like, what? Like, this is just me today then. Now for highlighter, I will never shut up about this highlighter. Essence Pure Nude highlighter in the shade number 10 Be My Highlight. I mean, do I even have to speak on this product? It is just that good. But if your cheeks ever don't look as seamless as you like, just take a little bit of this right over top. It just makes everything look so glowy and seamless. Like, if your blush looks a little bit splotchy, this kind of just takes away from that. It is the best highlighter I've ever used in my entire life. Like, this truly beats any high-end highlighter, anything. It is just smooth, glowy butter in a highlighter form. Another highlighter I wanted to mention that I think is also very underrated, and this is for those of you who love a wet, dewy highlighter, which I know isn't really that popular anymore, but like, can it be? Because I'm ready to bring some of these makeup trends back that we kind of forgot about or that we don't do anymore. But this Flower Beauty Shimmer and Strobe highlighting palette is amazing. It's still one of my favorites in my collection to this day, and these are just so wet. This comes with a brush, by the way, which I wish that this came with 4 highlighters instead of the big brush in here, but regardless, it's still an incredible formula that I think, to be honest, is very comparable to high end. So if you're into that really intense glowy cheek, this palette is for you. You can get it at CVS. Look at these. That's literally a high-end formula right there. I'm not going to use this today because I feel like I have a lot going on, but I am going to use this in the inner corners for a little pop, because why not? Okay, I don't know what happened here, but I'm going to blend that out. Put a little bit too much in the inner corner. I'm also going to take some of the matte color, going back to the Milani palette, and I'm just going to apply that on my brow bone a little bit. Wow, this skin looks so smooth. I mean, even I'm impressed. I'm gonna line my waterline with some liners. My 2 favorites are ColourPop and Essence. I love the variety. I love the creaminess. The Essence liners are a little bit more creamy than ColourPop, but ColourPop has really awesome shades, and I'm just gonna use a brown on both sides today just to show you guys, but the Essence Stay and Play gel liners are incredible. One of the most creamy and pigmented liners that I've ever used, and they're super affordable. I wanna say these are like $5. Then on the other side, I'm gonna go in with the ColourPop cream gel liner in the shade Brew Haha. I don't know what kind of name that is, but it's just a dark brown. I'm gonna add a little bit of a little pinky cranberry pop on the lower lash line. So I'm gonna take this color, mixing it in with that brown. Just gonna smudge that right on the lash line. And I love to do this, especially if you ever have your concealer that's maybe creasing a little bit too much. Today, I truly don't feel like I have that problem because the concealers that I used, like, they're really that good. I also don't use as much product as I used to, which definitely goes a long way if you have a lot of fine lines like me. But regardless, they're normal, it's fine. But if you want to cover them up a little bit, I always say just take your eyeshadow and just drag it on your lash line with a fluffy brush and just keep on blending. Trust the process, keep on blending. And you're gonna get that nice smoky look, and it's gonna take away from any little fine lines that you may have, which again, if you do, it's normal, it's fine, but we don't always want to see them. So we're gonna just like cover them up just a little bit. Eyelashes are a little wonky today, but we're gonna pretend that they're not. So then I'm just gonna do some mascara. I pulled the Milani Highly Rated Lash Extensions mascara. This is amazing for length. And then CoverGirl Cleantopia is really good for volume. Also length. I love this for the top and lower lashes. I need to get a new one. This is clearly very loved, but I'm gonna use Milani today. Oh my gosh, I have powder all over my hair. I need to wipe that immediately. You could probably see that throughout the entire video, so I love that for me. For lip liners, this was difficult for me, but I went with first the NYX Align Loud lip pencils because these, when it comes to drugstore liners, they have such good hold on your lips. Like, I mean hold as if it's like hairspray, but they have such good lasting power. Like, they're actually transfer proof, waterproof. They're not going to smudge and smear. This one is one of my favorite colors in Global Citizen. I just love these. Like, these are truly comparable to high end. And then as far as retractable lip liners, Milani Understatement lip liners. These aren't as long wearing, but I still love the formula, I love the creaminess, and I love this color in Cafe Au Lait. Kind of similar actually to Global Citizen. Oh yeah, these are actually very similar in tone. The NYX ones, like I said, they are definitely transfer proof. The Milani ones are not, but I still love the ones from Milani because they have such a nice firmer line. You don't have to worry about sharpening them. And then for lipstick, you knew it was coming. Milani Color Fetish matte lipsticks, I think, are truly the best lipsticks in the game. Like, hands down. If you didn't know, Milani lip products are made in Italy. So this is high quality for $10. It's insane. I love the color Pleasure. It's what I'm going to use today. It's like a really light nude. Perfection. Cannot get enough. And then I love the e.l.f. O Face satin lipsticks as well. I'm going to use the color Dirty Talk. I just want to show you. This one is more pink than the one Pleasure. I'm going to just mix the two, and then I'll add a little bit of the lighter color. But these have a bit of a satin formula, but I would say if I could rate both of these, Milani first place, e.l.f. second place, but like they're neck and neck. So I would say if you want something a little bit more matte, go with Milani. If you prefer a satin, like more creamy finish on your lips, go with the e.l.f. ones, but they're both amazing formulas. And if I could only pick two lipsticks to use for the rest of my life, it would be these two, hands down. Also comparable to high end. So now for gloss, this was actually really easy for me, even though I love my lip products. NYX Butter Gloss, this is something that I have used for, I can't even tell you how long, like since before I even ever came on the internet. This one is in Fortune Cookie. It's a perfect center shade. It's one of my most used glosses. The formula has just always been consistently really good. This is a good lightweight gloss. If you don't like a lot of lip gloss, this is the gloss for you, because see, it gives you that shine, a little bit of pigment, but it's so lightweight. It's like a very thin gloss formula, and it's not sticky, which I really appreciate. They come in fabulous colors, and this is just one of those go-to glosses. It's been $5 ever since it came out. That's what I love about it. Like, it's always been just consistently good. It's just the OG. NYX better not get rid of this, because I swear they discontinue the best products, but that is just a staple. And then I feel like everybody needs a good clear gloss in their collection. It doesn't matter who you are, how you do your makeup. Milani Highly Rated Diamond Gloss is that girl. The way this smells, it just gives very much like nostalgia vibes. This reminds me of makeup that I used to have when I was younger. I love it. But this is obviously just clear, but it's definitely much more glossy than the one from NYX, and it's just the perfect clear gloss that you can wear over top of anything. It's incredible. I love the big doe foot. Also not sticky. It's just very smooth glass lips. And we're done. So that is it. Full face featuring my top 2 in every category. I know I cannot shut up about these products. Some of you guys are probably like, girl, stop talking about these so much. But I can't. They're so good. These are just forever favorites. But I will definitely be testing out lots of new drugstore and lots of new products this year. So stay tuned. You know I got you covered. But I just have to give another honorable mention to the OGs, to the classics, to the forever favorites. So thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me. Don't forget to subscribe for new videos every week, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Bye.